Welcome back, y'all. It's Cribbabyent News, y'all. Man, I've been busy. I haven't been dropping like that a lot, but I'm gonna start back dropping some more. Y'all, it's a lot of shit going on right now with this rat Atlanta. That's what they call it now, but I know it as Atlanta. But y'all, they talking about Young Thug snitching and all this other stuff, bro. We finna go ahead and listen to Academics. Academics got the leak footage and he just going off, y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I can put you on all of the new news. I'ma holler at y'all. Let's see. This shit is gonna be crazy.
When you watch like a good like reality show.
Bruh, he got a little baby name is Lil Baby. Lil Baby. Yeah, this man wow.
They got like the confessional. Well, maybe I shouldn't say confessional because these niggas were really confessing. But this is like the after show. This is like the recap. Yesterday was some wild shit going on, and today we're doing a recap. Show they got like the confessional. Well, maybe I shouldn't say confessional because these niggas were really confessing. But this is like the after show. This is like the recap. Yesterday was some wild shit going on, and today we're doing a recap. We got a few more characters. They want to jump on this bitch in a couple days.
This nigga said we got a few more
Days.
characters.
I guess it's gonna have
Fuck.
to be a couple days because I am going to be not at my setup. So what we're gonna do is today we're gonna review, and we have gotten the full collect calls, I guess, from jail that Young Thug was calling his celebrity friends, and apparently there's a lot of gossiping going on. Now, this is important because we get to understand Young Thug's state of mind. Honestly, he's saying a lot on these phones, but you got to imagine he was incarcerated for 3 years. He was locked up for 3 years, and while being locked up for 3 years, you could
3 years still don't give you the right to like. And y'all, I'm a civilian. I'm not academics. I'm a civilian. I ain't no street nigga. You see what I'm saying? I make content, you know. But the street code is, if you really living that life and you gonna stay on that life, it don't matter what, you don't snitch.
tell he couldn't wait to have an
Don't bring up
opportunity
no
to go to
names or
jail to
nothing.
get off his feelings, but also it gives us a lot of insight about how he came to some of these decisions. Whether, he discusses whether he could forgive Gunna or not. It kind of shows the peer pressure in. And I'm got to be honest with you. It kind of shows how, like, I don't know if we want to call Thug a manipulator, but these dudes kind of really listened to him and wanted to appease him. Now, is it out of fear? Is it out of, oh, they look at him as a big brother, the big homie? Thug kind of came before a lot of these guys. And maybe it's one of the two. Regardless, we're watching Young Thug in jail, or we're hearing him, and he's talking to, and by the way, here's the thing too. The idea of no pillow talking, he's on the phone with his girl talking about business. He's saying everything to everybody, okay? And it's kind of ironic because somebody said this about Thug. Thug went his whole career without doing interviews, right? This was one of the notable interviews he did. And he also did a Breakfast Club interview, Young Thug Breakfast Club. And it was one
Thug don't do interviews, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard some that where he don't do interviews.
of the only times he actually
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube.
I heard him do
And
what you
YouTube
call it.
Music Premium, a whole
did interviews. He was known to not do interviews.
See,
Okay,
see,
you know what everybody's saying? His best interview yet is with the goddamn cops. He's never been that talkative. You see, in these interviews, you have to kind of pull information out of him. When he was talking to the cops, yo, take my number. Yo, hold on, I gotta go to court. I'll be back. Double back on it. Caught up in some of these
I
calls.
want to hear this shit.
He's, episode 3 of the war in Atlanta. Okay, let's go check this shit out.
They calling it Ratlanta, bro. This shit crazy.
Here we go, people. Here we go. Now, let's actually the call that I care about more, and I'm gonna play this one first, is the call which I believe is between Thug and Mariah the scientist. Now, I have a theory.
Brought Mariah in it, bro. Mariah is an NSC, bro. That's why you shouldn't be pillow talking, bro. Mariah the scientist, she's a celebrity too, but damn, bro, they brought Mariah the scientist, an innocent girl, and her daddy. If people don't know, her daddy is like was a detective or something like that. Her daddy used to work with the police.
three that we're gonna get into, and I think this is gonna be for episode three. Episode three of Warren Atlanta is the business side of things. Clearly, these niggas were all acting like they're John Gotti, like they were Pablo Escobar. They were so tough in the streets, and maybe they are. Maybe they got people killed. Who knows? But they all telling, right? What's important for
This nigga
episode
ain't
three
shit,
in my
bro.
mind is this: we're gonna get to the business, the money, the manipulation, because in every good street story, you ever watch Narcos? Yeah, you got the guys who are tough, ego this, ego that. Yo, you're a rat, un rato, what all of that. I love Narcos, by the way. Okay, even the El Chapo series too.
This nigga
And
stupid.
what's also going to be important is that while all this stuff is going on, these guys are millionaires. So if we really think about this like on some narco shit, the music is their drugs. These are all millionaires. The music is their drugs. But you're seeing them use these street perspectives to try to influence business. Like, for example, this is Young Thug and P. If you don't know who P is the boss of Lil Baby.
Bruh, when I tell you, bruh, the police, bruh, really don't even have to do their job, bruh. Academics will do their job for them, bruh. No lie to
He
you.
founded QC, the label. They have
Well, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of it is like a lot of you can really just take all the clips and see what's been going on in past time and put together. But academics actually do a good job of putting everything together for the
a
police.
management company called Solid Foundation, and essentially Lil Baby signed to him. Now, P is a street dude historically from Atlanta who now got in the game, and he kind of renounced the streets because he's doing business. You know, he's doing legit business. Now, some people, and I'm gonna give you all sides of everything, chat. Some people look at P as a rat. Why? They said that when he was in the streets, he cooperated, and that kind of forced him into civilian life because he couldn't still be a street dude. However, remember Thug, his disposition is he hates all rats. So because he sees him as a rat, but also it's manipulation. Thug and again, some of this is my opinion. This is how I'm forming my opinion by kind of putting all these pieces together. This is why these things are important that I like kind of like listen to these tapes. It appears that Thug is trying to influence the rappers who their number one care is not business. Remember, Lil Baby gets hundreds of millions of dollars from P. But Thug gets his respect and he wants to show out for Thug because Thug is the streets. So he'll say, fuck the business. I want to look good in the streets' eyes, and Thug is like the epitome of the streets. So what that happens is Thug gets to kind of almost mentally manipulate these dudes to say, yo, if you really streets, money shouldn't matter, dog. You should be able to say, fuck that nigga, because he's a rat. Right? So it's almost putting Baby in a weird spot where it's like, wait,
That's only if you still living by the street code. If you not in the streets, bro, civilians, I expect a civilian to snitch. I'm not gonna lie to you, but especially when you got stuff going on, bro, you not in the streets, bro. I expect you to snitch. I don't care what nobody said.
I'm street. I gotta be street. I can't do stuff with a rap, but I'm already signed. And then Thug does something really interesting. Really interesting. It's classic manipulation. He starts to basically, I don't even know if it's turning Baby against P, but he kind of starts to put it out there to say, not only is the guy you're doing business with in the streets, he's considered a rat, which makes you look crazy because you're a street nigga next to a rat. Thug does something even better. Thug uses the business to act like P is snaking Baby. Okay, what happens? QC, the label, gets sold for $300 million to Scooter Braun, right? Scooter Braun. Braun.
And if you don't know who Scooter Braun is, Scooter Braun was one of the people that used to work with Atlanta. He found Kodak. He found a couple other people. Um, he messed with Drake. You know, Scooter Braun's like a good A&R. Well, he might not be an A&R no more. He got his own business.
I think it's Hype. Buys QC. He paid $300 million. Okay, so Scooter Braun's company buys 300 for not 300 buys QC for 300 million. Now P is kept on as the boss because he has number one, he's a great talent curator and he grows a great talent. So he's getting paid. I believe he probably has like some ownership in publishing or masters, But necessarily QC is kind of ran and their catalog is kind of owned by this other company, but he's still the face of it. It's like UFC. Technically, Dana White, they sold the UFC, but Dana White is still the CEO, and I think he has a board position. You get what I'm saying? So that's how business goes. So P's still in charge of QC, but he got a big check. Now you know how Thug manipulates that, and I won't say manipulation because I'm using the word manipulation because we're not hearing from Lil Baby. Like we haven't seen the ability for Lil Baby to say this is what I think and this is what I'm gonna do. And by the way, he doesn't have to speak, but when you don't speak, people speak for you. So they get $300 million for this label. Thug is in Baby's ear saying, "Yo, you know that company didn't even want the full label. You're the hot shit right now. They wanted to just buy your shit for 150 million." And
This nigga act, bruh. Act be having all this shit, bruh. Damn, bruh.
supposedly, Baby never didn't follow up with certain meetings, and the company went around Baby's back since Baby was kind of not really. I guess they were trying to buy him out of his deal. They just ended up buying the whole label. So they were gonna buy him out of his deal for 150 and have him signed. Baby was like, and they said, "Oh, you can't make your mind up? All right, fuck it. We'll just go to your bosses and give them double for everybody." And they bought the entire 300. Now, when the purchase happens, P gets the 300 million. P, which this is going to be a business conversation, and this is why I said episode 3 is all about the business of Atlanta. So, is an artist owed money if the label you helped build gets sold?
I feel like
Now,
it.
that's a
I
very
feel like
interesting question. I'm
I
gonna give
feel
you some
like
examples on
it
how that
is. It
question
is.
matters in a lot of aspects. When Spotify was coming to an agreement with um, Universal, and even when TikTok came to an agreement with Universal, there was a big lump sum that was paid out. Okay, it was paid out to Universal because of some of the bigger artists who campaigned. They said of that cut, they needed money. So essentially, Universal had to divide up some of the money they got and give to individual artists
But that's only right though. Like that's only right.
because they're saying we
It
built this
should be
company.
like that.
You're not gonna sell us like some slaves. But again, that's not everybody's demeanor to it. Some people are saying, well, the deal we had with us and you, Baby doesn't own part of QC. Baby doesn't own part of QC. Now, if they did the deal for 150 million for Lil Baby's career, Lil Baby would have gotten paid from Hybe because he would have to re-sign to Hybe. So it would have been an all-in-one deal, right? So it's like one of those sign and trade deals if you follow basketball. Because they end up buying all the contracts and catalog, that doesn't have anything to do with Baby. Because Baby was owned by QC. Now Baby's just owned by whoever who owns QC. So basically, you don't need Baby at all. You only need Baby if you need his contract to be with y'all in a new deal, if you get what I mean. So essentially, they get 300 million. Baby doesn't. I'm assuming he probably doesn't get much, or probably get anything at all. And Thug is in Baby's ear like, "Yo, not only you in business with a rat, yo, they just snaked you with the money. Word, like these niggas gonna get all that money and you ain't get nothing."
Like it's kind of weird, bro, because it's like at the end of the day, Young Thug probably could be just looking out for Baby's interests and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably that close with Baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how everything is coming out, and it's making it seem like Thug is trying to manipulate people. And it's making him look like he told, which he kind of technically did. But hey, it is what it is. Like as I said, I really don't care. Um, I'm just bringing this to your attention, and it's very mighty interesting. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got people out here. You don't have to rap. You don't have to always rap and talk about not messing with snitches and bang bang shoot 'em up. You see what I'm saying? But I low key think, in my opinion, I just think young in this specific situation right here, him talking to telling Baby, you see what I'm saying? I just feel like he was just trying to put Baby on and like look out for Baby when it come to him getting his money. But everything else, I can't really say nothing to defend that, man.
So you could imagine Baby's now thinking about this. Not only is he looking weird on the street level, he might be getting fucked in business. Now keep in mind, Thug at this point, we've never really seen Thug and P like be buddy buddy, but he works with QC artists all the time. P, and I think this is why P is this Thug. Because P, I'm telling you, the rat stuff been came out, P don't care. But I think he disses Thug because if we think about where 300, not 300, I keep calling 300, QC has gotten to.
I thought I knew what therapy was until I found the right therapist. And let me tell you,
Thug might have played it close and tried to fuck up a lot of situations with QC. He's getting them to not fuck with their boss, not fuck with the label. There was a whole time you have Offset who's beefing with Baby. Like this is everything that P got to try to micromanage. And imagine Thug is just gassing it in the side like, yo, word. Like, and they end up. I don't know where you think QC's at now as a label, but a very different space, right? And I think that's why he probably takes it a little bit personal because he's like, yo, this nigga Thug, he was a snake all along, planting seeds in my artist's ear on the street level, on the business level, and all that shit happened. Okay. All right. So now, let's go to some of this jail call shit. Here we go.
On that label in the green that don't owe no money. Man, them niggas just sold that shit. But they did some bullshit. Oh, they sold all they sold the masters too though. That was some bullshit. But hell yeah, man. That was some bullshit. That was.
Yeah, that is some bullshit.
Now, this is another thing that might be egregious. Thug is one of those you're my brother type of guys. Yet he's on the phone with his girlfriend, pillow talking and talking about everybody. Hey, let me tell you this, man. This is why I think your home. Yo, I usually have a rule of thumb. I don't care what niggas say. He don't pillow talk. When a man got a girlfriend, when you tell that man something, just assume that he told his girl. Remember that.
And you know what?
It's gonna be cold.
Who is said Thug manipulate Baby like Wack manipulate me. How manipulate me?
That's cold.
I was wondering about that. Like, you know how at first you had told me that he wasn't feeling his situation? I hadn't heard that nowhere else, but now I started to hear it. I can't remember who said it.
Like when?
So he's not fucking with that. He's not feeling it.
Yeah, no, because you kicking that. I love you.
Now, here's the thing. And by the way, this is all the details coming out. And Chad, I always, like, this is why this is also not going to end up well. Anytime, I remember I told y'all, anytime an artist starts complaining, there's a few things happening. Also, when an artist just drops off, there's things happening. That's what, going back to the Drake point, people are like, yo, Ak, you're defending UMG. Like, you don't like the law, so you're defending UMG. I'm telling y'all, I'm making this point to y'all. Like, a label controls so much about an artist. The artist be thinking they're the shit.
You're not
Oh,
lying
yeah,
though.
I'm the guy. Everybody loves me. Brother, they control everything around what you think that loves you. At a moment's notice, they could start turning the lights off. It might take a while, but labels don't plan. Like, you might care about the next 2 to 3 years. The labels could wait 4 to 5. Jimmy Iovine and Interscope did it to 50. There's nobody bigger than the program. Just remember that.
You're not
Because
lying.
what's if you're a fan, this is what I've always said about the Drake thing. Whatever metrics in your mind made you think Drake is as hot as he is, UMG controls. So if they ever want to say it's clipped, nigga, there is nothing. And I know y'all, because trust me, we want to believe that. Nah, we got a strong fan base. It ain't never going. No. That strong fan base without that label sells 200K. With the label and with all the bells and whistles, 600K. You see how that looks different? That's how it works. So, Baby was unhappy. Baby's unhappy with, I think, I forgot, he had mentioned reading up a couple times, right? Remember when he had asked for some money publicly and then supposedly he got it? But then what happened is, and I think there was a bunch of stuff happening too. Again, we don't know all the details, but I think it's gonna come to light. QC, think about QC. I think P was playing, and I think this is another reason he's mad at Thug. I remember seeing Baby perform right after the Migos. It was at some celebrity. It was like the influencers where they were boxing and shit.
And then he talking about some he was playing. Then he had to restate what he was saying. He was about to say he think P is playing baby. That's what he was about to say.
Baby and and Migos perform right after each other. This is in the middle of their beef. And I remember seeing P there, and I seen Baby son too. And I seen P, and I said, P, I said, man, you're a hell of a manager in the sense of you're managing two artists' ego. One artist, Migos, they think we built QC. This other artist, Baby, he's like, I'm the man. They're into beef. It supposedly got physical. And you still, because trust me, when these niggas are rappers getting their feelings, they will fuck up the bag over anything. They don't care. Nah, fuck that nigga. Or they'll try to crash out. Oh, you got them both backstage when this shit went left? So P did his best. And I think he was playing babysitter for all these niggas' egos, all their emotions for a long time. Keep in mind, and QC was going to be the next Cash Money. Remember that. It was going to be the next Cash Money. It was going to be way more successful than Rockefeller, than all these other companies. The only comparison was going to be Cash Money. Why would P sell? I think P got tired of that shit. He's dealing with the city girls. They, at least Carisha looked like she's trying to sell box. You feel what I'm saying?
Carisha look like she
Okay,
trying to say
Yachty,
that
good
puss.
guy. Who else? Migos, they were beefing with P a bit. Remember, they sued P.
Yeah,
They
they
sued
did.
P. They're
They
unhappy
did
because they
sue
probably
P.
feel P is taking favorites with Baby. Remember at the time Baby dropped like 8 releases in a row and we ain't hear nothing from Migos? You think the Migos was happy? Like, oh yeah, no, it's just cool. Just let Baby drop every 2 weeks while we don't drop nothing. Nigga, they're tight. They're tight. Offset matters fuck over all that other stuff. Then there's some other stuff, women stuff come in the mix. A lot of stuff. Got a little physical. A lot of stuff. Other
He
people
ain't
in their
lying though.
ear. Yo, why you yo. I think P said, fuck it. You know what? I cashed out. I could do this again, but I could do it. Let me cash out now before I try to think that I'm building up to $1 billion and the shit fall flat. Because in the next couple of years, we don't know what's going to happen in the Migos. By the way, this would be pre Takeoff Dine. We don't know what's going to happen with Baby. Like, this shit is, these chicks don't even want rap no more. We've hit a peak. Let me cash out. It's like selling the stock when you think it's at a high. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think he made a good decision. And by the way, he's good in the music game. He could do it again. Just do it again. Why not? So anyway, I say all that to say, apparently, like, behind the scenes, Baby was a little bit disgruntled.
You the only nigga that stayed down me. When me and him was on the phone that night, you went to go see that nigga said, out of his mouth. But, Shawty with me. Well, I got him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you saying that you got him on some fake cool shit, like, I got him. But you just sold him. You don't got him. You just sold him. You got, you own 100% of this young nigga master, bro.
That's wild. But like at the beginning, it's not always supposed to be like that. You see what I'm saying? They supposed to be able to get their masters back at some point in time. But like I do know, like first coming on, and that's just like every artist. Because usually when an artist come on with the label, they be like they get real creative. They start going hand with the music, and then the label is supposed to own like they masters. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to make their money back. But they should be able to get
That's
it
not
back
what
or
y'all just
something like
spoke
that
to
later
shit,
on.
bro.
Okay, let me also interject. That's not fuck nigga shit. Young Thug, your first couple. That's why you dropped 45 albums. Respectfully, yo, chat. I'm telling you, I have a label. Unless a nigga comes in with mad clout, they will not own that first album masters. Drake is no way Drake owns So Far Gone or even Thank Me Later masters. It's impossible. If I gotta invest and you're a nobody, I gotta invest $250,000, $500,000, $1 million to get you pop off, and you're gonna have a lifetime career. Those masters I own. Now, you're publishing something different. Masters and publishing very different. But those masters are mine. Okay? As you get more successful, these subsequent masters, we start splitting it at whatever leverage you're at. You probably will get it where we have 50-50 at some point. That's usually the goal. But nigga, you signed
I
like you're
just said
nobody.
that. Yeah,
That's how it goes.
it's business. That's just how it is.
You
Though.
own 100% of him. If he,
I wonder, like, why he didn't even offer to sell him some of it, you know?
man, he supposed to gave him some of it. Even, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Okay, I agree with that. You're supposed to give. Oh, was he talking about the money or the masters? Like usually when you re-up, you start giving a little bit back to the masters back.
If you was gonna do that, you might as well have just went to him and asked him, did he want to buy some of it back? You just gonna sell it to somebody else. If it was a price on it, I'm sure he would have been willing to pay some of it, you know, to get a piece of it instead of you just going and having a conversation without him fully and then selling it, you know?
Yeah, it's for sure. But it's like if I own one.
See, that's why I say I was like, I think in this point, I think like Young Thug was just basically trying to look out for Lil Baby interests. You see what I'm saying? Cause he messed with bro. I don't really think like it was something where it's like, oh yeah, like I'm trying to break up their relationship now.
100% of Mariah,
And these
and I'm
calls
finna
is crazy.
sell my label and all the rights to all the music, all the copyrights. If I'm finna sell all that and make $375 million, but Mariah, the only person with me in the green, and it's my
Wait, it was 375? Ooh, I thought the number was 300.
my folk, like, you ain't never took no meeting without me, like, you ain't never tried to cross me out, you ain't never did none of that. I'm gonna give you some of your masters, you see what I'm saying? I take.
Okay, and I agree with Thug with that. Because if the idea was that, you know, Baby could have went behind his back, got a deal to sign somewhere else, and then got his individual. Remember, Baby's the
That's
most
true.
coveted person at the time on QC. It would have saved
He
Tidal
still
money
is.
because they would have only needed. They really, I mean, of course, they're interested in the catalog, Migos catalog, Yachty's catalog, City Girl. Well, I don't think that catalog worth nothing, but still, yeah, it would have been
This
important.
nigga stupid.
They could have saved
That nigga said, I don't think City Girls catalog worth nothing.
was
Fuck.
it 375 minus 150? That would be 175 million. No, actually more. 375. They would have saved over 200 million, right? My math crazy? 375 minus 150. Yeah, 225 million. They would have saved $225 million. That's what? That's $250 million, damn near, right? So if they could just only sign Baby and they think Baby is the only one with the upside, it's like signing Luca when he's 26, and you're like, damn, he's gonna at least give us the next 7-year run. And people at that time was thinking Baby's gonna give us another 5 years with prime music, just going crazy.
300 million before I take 375 million. I take 300 million and give you 75 million worth of your rights back. Cause if I sell the shit and make 375 million, I'm already thinking in my mind I got to give you the 75 million anyway. So before I do that, I ain't gonna even take the money. I'm gonna just give you 75 million of your shit. So and your shit steady growing. And you hold your shit for 2-3 years, you gonna get you 100 million for it. If you hold it for 2-3 more years, you gonna get you 100 million. That shit might accumulate 25 more million. You know, 15, 10 more million, whatever. Like you might sell that shit in 3 years and get 80 million. 85 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really on some boy, I love you. Like, man, you my little brother. Cause if you take Wham out of the picture, he probably get 100 million. If you take Wham out of the picture,
okay.
I know for sure you made 275 million on Wham for sure. 100%. He in the green. He not in the red. The label owe him. He don't owe no label nothing. Every label he signed the 2 labels. Both of them motherfuckers owe him. You wouldn't believe that? But goddamn. Yeah, that was some fucking shit. That was some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. See, I thought he just sold the label. I'm like, damn, boy, that's big. Like, but yo, much that coat.
Yeah, but selling the label means selling what the label owns. The
Mm.
label owns masters. The label owns a lot of IP. Yeah, why would
But see, academics not understanding. He is right. Academics is right to a certain extent, right? But when it comes to something like that, like QC could actually work out a deal where it's like, okay, I could sell the label to you, right? Y'all don't own the masters of these specific artists that is here right now. I still own that. But because you got the label, you got the label name and everything, every artist that comes after this, that'll be 100% y'all masters, but I just take a percentage out of it because I did build it up. So like academics, he not understanding that part. You can negotiate when it comes to that.
it's like buying Apple, but I don't own the iPhone. Imagine buying the company Apple and they're like, yeah, you just bought the logo and the name, but
It's
you
kind
didn't
of
buy the
different though.
iPhone. It's like, no, no, no. Apple owns the iPhone. So if I bought
It's
Apple,
very
I
it's
would buy the
different. It's
iPhone,
different,
right?
bro. It's music.
You sold a label for 300-something million. What the fuck? Man, your ass sold the goddamn copyrights, man. You sold everything. You went out bad. Man, you could have got 600-700 million for that shit, nigga. But your ass went out bad. Like bad. What wrong with that nigga? But now you telling Wham, hold on, I need to talk to you about something serious, but you just holding him off. It's like me telling you, I need to talk to you about something serious. I got a whole pregnant, but I ain't telling you what it is. I'm just like, baby, I need to talk to you. This shit's serious, but I'm trying to wait till I get the abortion to tell you. You know, shit like that. Like, now I got the abortion. Now it came out on the internet. Boom, Young Thug has a girl pregnant, but paid for the abortion. Now I'm just telling you, like, man, that's what I've been trying to talk to you about. Man, you could have been talking to me about that shit. You got damn.
Okay, so it looked like he's trying to say almost P, like Baby found out that they sold the label
Yeah,
for 300. Yo, chat. It's
that's some
always
snake
one
shit.
that caused these artists to get on really bad terms with their label. I always told y'all. Uzi was cool with Generation Now, and then he heard the number that EXO Tour Life made 40 something million dollars, one song alone. His entire
That's
deal wasn't
wild.
even for, I think, like 1/4 of that. So when he figured he made one song that made the label $47 million, or 44, I think it was, $44 million, and the money he had gotten from it was like 4. He got like 1/10 of that. He was unhappy. He was very unhappy. He was like, "Damn, I did all the work, and they're getting 9/10 of the profits." Of course.
That shit crazy.
You know what I mean? You keep like, I need to talk to you about something. Man, like, what's up? What's up, nigga? Talk. We gonna talk. Yeah, you trying to say that until you get the deal done, cause you know Wham can.
See, look, if you look down at the bottom right, if you look at the chat where it says Neon Wonder was like, Thug is right on this, and I see why baby look up to him as he should. I understand that, but other stuff is like, damn, that shit crazy. Somebody said baby is an employee. I think y'all forgetting that shit.
You know what I'm saying? The people who only buying your label because of Wham. They not buying your label because no motherfucking Migos. Them niggas in the red. Them niggas ain't making no money, huh? Watch out.
Oh shit! Why you shit on the Migos like that? Niggas in the red. Them niggas ain't making no money on.
Nigga in the red. You know what I'm saying? Like one or two of them done bought their shit back from your ass anyway. Done gave your ass 15, 20 million of they little hard earned money. Bought their shit back. So you damn sure got all them anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, you 100% wrong. I wouldn't ever do no shit like that. Especially to no nigga like Wayne. That nigga solid. He really solid. That's one nigga I can say in this world that's really, really solid. He not gonna cross you out. He ain't doing none of that. That nigga says, Scooter Braun DM'd him, said, yo, bro, let's have a meeting. He told Scooter Braun, shit, I'm bringing P. Scooter Braun like, you ain't gonna need to bring P. Wayne like, man, I don't really be doing that with Scooter Braun. He told Wham that. Wham like, I don't really be doing no business with that, bro.
Oh wow! So it looked like Scooter Braun was just trying to do a deal with Baby. So this is how it works. It's like
That shit crazy.
it's a
But That's real, bro. Out of all this shit, bro, all I can say is, bro, baby real as fuck, bro, for whatever, for everything, bro. And like, you can, baby wasn't trying to step on no toes, and that's real because baby's like, if I'm gonna do a meeting or something with you, I'm gonna bring my manager. You see what I'm saying? He brought me into the game, so I'm gonna let. And it's always the people that you think that's close to you that got the good, like that's looking out for you. Those be the main people that be plotting on you.
Sign and trade essentially when you're buying somebody out of a deal. So you got to go to the person you're going to sign and be like, hey, I'm going to give you this. Okay? Then you go to the person who has their deal. So you got to agree with both sides. And usually the person who has your contract, unless he's just trying to fuck you over, they're going to realize, hey, listen, it's like Yachty. Yachty wants somebody to do a sign and trade with Caribou, right? Pay me, pay her, let's cut the ties.
You know what I'm saying? That my big homie, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never doing that with bro. Like, shout out part of everything I do. Scooter Braun, like, okay, cool. He stopped him wham and hit P. P went straight and took to me without wham. Hey,
This nigga, this nigga,
I
Young
talked to
Thug,
wham on
man.
the phone. I said,
Absolute
what you think he
shit.
gonna give you out that money? I said, you think he gonna give you 75 million or 100 million? He like, shit. I'm like, be always real. Do you think he gonna give you 75 to 100 million off that deal? Be always real. He like, hell no, I don't think that nigga gonna do it right like that. But Scooter Braun offered Wham 150 million. Scooter Braun told Wham, I want to buy your rights. I'm gonna give you 150 million. Wham tell this nigga, nah, I'm cool. I gotta bring Pete to me. Man, that nigga went straight around Wham and called Pete and bought the whole label from Pete.
That's a
That's
boss
when the whole
move.
conversation started from Scooter Braun trying to buy
That's
Lil
a
Wham. He
boss
trying to buy him out
move.
of the deal too. He wanted to buy Wham out of the deal. Like, I want you to be with me. Wham like,
That shows, boy, when you got money, you got power, bro. That was a boss move. You can't Scooter Braun playing chess, not checkers.
shit, you gotta talk to Pete. You gotta talk to Pete about that. Man, nigga, Pete crossed that nigga red eye, worst way. I'm on the phone with him. He just like, man, that nigga Scooter Braun try to have the same deal with me, the same meeting with me. I tell this nigga, I ain't really doing that without Pete. You know, I'm just solid. Man, Pete go take the meeting without Wham and get the jump business done. Of course, a nigga get the business done for 300-400 million for sure, but goddamn, bro. Wham said, I know he ain't finna give me 75 million. I said, you think he'll give you a 50? He like, hell no, I don't think that nigga gonna come out no 50. He gonna try to play some game. Why would I tell you? He gonna try to play game. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Crazy that you didn't know it. I knew I was talking, but I just wanted to hear what Wham was saying. Like, what you think he gonna do? Wham like, I don't know. He said he probably try to come 10, 15 million, some shit like that, like straight trial, nigga. Man, y'all nigga better. Man, that's where the problem come in at. Y'all supposed to have real problem about that. Real problem about that.
Damn. So Thug is basically saying that Baby should be beefing with him niggas if he don't get 75 million out of that deal.
Yeah, man, he'll be alright. And y'all nigga, one thing about it, when you solid like that.
By the way, this is why P called Thug broke. He called Thug broke because he probably have heard about this. Maybe Gunna sent it to him already, right? Because P allows Offset to work with Gunna, right? Not that P give a fuck about the snitching stuff, but from what we now know, it looks like Thug was down to really go crazy or wanted Baby to go crazy on P over money, and I think maybe P's looking at like, damn, you gotta be broke if you want somebody to their loyalty depends on money. I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it a little different. I'll read what he had said about Thug. He said, imagine some broke ass rats like Young Thug and Pee Wee Ratsko. That's a funny name. Trying to run a rat narrative on me and all my niggas. I love running with these hoe ass niggas knowing how these niggas talk about me. I'm gonna say this for the last time. I'm not no street nigga. I'm a tax-paying citizen that's running a business and taking care of my family. All the street niggas is broke, dead and in jail. Why y'all continue to glorify this shit? The streets been dead. Y'all niggas gave the city a bad name. Then he said, and by the way, I ain't never been in no courtroom on no niggas sat in the interrogation room running niggas' names, and I don't speak on the dead, so I don't care enough to explain the situation. Y'all boys the police. Y'all niggas mad. Y'all not me. Let's get back to it.
God got you. God gonna make sure you straight. Cause you ain't did no bullshit to nobody. None of your people. Yeah, that's real fuck nigga shit, that boy. Ooh, woo. Come on, I got Wayne. I really want to see what he gonna give him. The deal, I guess he's still waiting on the deal to get done. A big deal like that shit be taking like 6 to 8 months, man. That shit might not be done until next year. A big deal. I can't wait to see what he did, what he gave him. See, that boy kept that shit funky. I know he gonna try some sucker shit. Yeah. He gonna try some bullshit. He gonna get Yachty 2-3 million. You gonna try to get Wham by Durk. Knowing damn well you gonna get a young nigga a real $7,500 million of that money, boy. For sure. For sure.
That's fucked up. I hate that for him.
Yeah. But nigga like that grow forever though, you know. When you be like that, you grow forever. God makes sure you just grow forever.
I know, but I just want like YP, you see, and so when he had took me over there to that thing, like that day I had went to meet with him and he took me to that little thing and he was building and this and that, I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, like, you know, like, I get it, I respect the fact that he had like this vision and stuff, but the only thing I could think of was he is just like a truly greedy man, you know? He truly is greedy, like, I'm not just saying it just because, it's just like,
Bro, if I was Mariah Sciences, I wouldn't even, bruh, on a jail call, bruh. That shit crazy. If I was Mariah Sciences, I would have just tried to be. I would never even try to really even say nothing. I understand that's who she with and everything, but P connected to the labels and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like that blackball shit when they come to music is very, very true. You see what I'm saying? I was just like, I would have tried to hold my peace. I would never said nothing. I would have kept like restating, like, man, I'll talk to you when you get out and tell you how I feel. But I just kept saying, like, this is wild.
you just sold your company for $300 million, and the first thing you did, you didn't go nowhere. You didn't pay no respects to God or none of that. You came straight home and tried to sign somebody else. And then when you was walking around in the thing, I was listening to him talk, and then he said some shit like, "Yeah, man, we finna sign this gospel thing, this gospel group. Yeah, we going all the way. We taking the whole market share. I mean, what is it called? Market share." And I was thinking to myself, you finna exploit this gospel group so that you can have the biggest possible market share
Why you giggle like that?
you can get of all genres. Like at that point, I just started thinking to myself, well, you'll stop at nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's how life is, though. You don't supposed to stop at nothing, but you're still supposed to be solid. You know, like I would definitely go get me 300-400 million for sure, but I'm gonna be solid too, though. Out of that 300-400 million, I'm gonna walk off with 200 though. I'm giving Wham 75 million. I'm giving Migos them 10-15 million apiece. I'm gonna goddamn your boat by 5-10 million. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna walk off with.
Still trying to figure out, like, why do they feel like it's cool? Like they said, he's saying all this stuff. I'm pretty sure these other artists feel some type of way. Like, dang, how do I get up in this conversation? Migos, Lil Yachty, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure. So I'd be like, what the hell? Like y'all talking about some giving me 10 mil, but give him like
Nigga, you did
that's
this
still
shit.
to make them feel bad.
Fuck y'all nigga doing. Everybody goddamn. Cause you gotta think all those artists who signed to him when they seen that deal. I know every one of them artists probably said in their mind, "Damn, but we finna get some." You know what I'm saying? Every one of them artists probably was thinking in their mind like, "Oh yeah, but he."
Chat, you know what I need? I need this as somebody sent me this as a what do you call it again? I need for my soundboard. I need Trump wrong.
But I notice were they wrong?
Are they wrong?
I think they're wrong 100%. Sometimes they're wrong.
Again.
Wrong.
The actual
Right there. That one right there.
over and over again.
Wrong.
The actual
Wrong.
Wrong.
He gonna do it right. He finna get everybody something. You know what I'm saying? Now just imagine you not getting that though. Imagine you thinking like, but he finna do it right with everybody. And the nigga not finna do it right. Just think about that part. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Bullshit. It's some bullshit, boy. You know it. That's bullshit. When the nigga just got that little grim laugh, like, yeah, I got these folks.
And you know, I told you how he sent me that invitation to his birthday party. I mean, he texted and said, I'm going to send an invitation out to my birthday party. Come through, blah, 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 whatever he said. I'm like, this is before I seen the
She
paperwork stuff.
talking
I'm
to
like, yeah,
her
I'm
like
looking.
oh my god.
What's the thing? He ain't say nothing back. Then the paperwork stuff came out, like the next day. Then just today, baby, he sends me an invitation. And I just wonder, like, does he really think in his head, you know, just based on the circumstances and things that have obviously come to light about him, especially considering the circumstance, the love of my life is in, that I would come to something like that?
Maybe he do. Maybe you know, niggas. The crazy thing about it is, niggas think girls don't be on that. You know what I'm saying? That's a real fact. Niggas don't think women be on that. You know what I'm saying? Because women really don't be on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman is a woman. Women do not be on that. Women ain't running around like, well, you a rat, I ain't fucking with you. Like, these bitches still running around.
Some of them
like,
do.
you know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas still
They
running
be
around
the
fucking
ones that be
every
trying to
day, all
thug.
day.
They do.
Women don't, women, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't on that. You know, you can't be mad at that. It's a fucking girl. Like, what you expect? You know, girls ain't waking up like, oh, he ain't do what's right. He ain't keep it real. Girls not on that. Girls is girls. Whenever you get through, man, a girl is a bitch is a bitch. Whenever you get through. What?
No, the accident guy. He was using the phone and trying to help me get the ring out from under the couch. But yeah, that's crazy. Do you think that anybody knew that already? They knew that already?
Yeah.
Or this is new information to emerge?
Everybody knew that. Well, everybody in the city. Everybody in the rap game probably didn't know it. You know, like older niggas like Jay-Z, all them type niggas. I didn't know that. But everybody in Atlanta know.
So I'm confused. So he testified against somebody?
It's on my
That
peak.
nigga, I understand. I fear for my life.
Mm.
That man killed my friend.
That's what he did?
I fear for my life. Read the
See,
paperwork.
this is my honest opinion is that it's one thing for the police to be like, do you know who killed your friend? I feel like it's one thing to be like, I know who killed him. But it's another thing for you to say and testify against somebody.
Nah, ain't no one thing to say I know who killed my friend. Man, who killed your friend?
I'm just
I don't know.
little confused.
You tripping. See, that's where he tripping at because the same rules don't apply to like they don't apply to people that's not thugging, people that's not rapping and saying, "Oh, I'm a gangster" or this, that, and the third. Them same rules don't apply to them people. So, like, I disagree with that. But if you claiming that life, you living that life, it applies to you.
On him,
Yeah.
about him.
Like, the police didn't know nothing about him. P gave the information about him. Like, because a friend died in the spot. So it's like the police get there, it's just a dead body. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea on what happened. The police is like blind to the fact. Like, he gave them the information. Like, man, this man, I know who I seen. This man killed my friend. Y'all not gonna tell me who I seen. One of them.
He said, "Y'all not gonna tell me who I
Went
see."
to court. Went to the nigga trial. Nigga named Stunner. Went to his trial. Yeah. Did what wrong. You know it. That nigga know he did what's wrong. Not right. No.
Bro, what the fuck, bro? What is this nigga doing on this phone, bro? This nigga get through.
Stop, Pootie.
He was in the spot. Him and his friend got robbed. Him and his friend got robbed. I think the friend tried to book. A friend tried to book on the nigga and got killed.
Mm. And he went and told the police.
Yeah, I told. Right then, called the police. Stayed at the house. Called the police. Police got there. Hey, they got named Stunner. No, he left. He called the police and left. I guess it was something out.
Did you guess what?
I said, I guess it was something in the house, so he didn't stay in the house.
Mm.
Yeah. He called the pigs and left.
I can understand when it comes to a murder, bro. There's no limited statute. There's no statute of limitation when it comes to a murder. Something could have happened, bro, 40 years ago. And if somebody bring up some information, police be like, "Oh yeah, I can pull this up." They can literally go and get P and bring P into the room. So it's like, I don't know, bro.
That's a fact. Police got there. Nobody went in the house. Just a dead man. You know.
Yeah, this shit crazy, y'all. This shit crazy. They done pulled Mariah Sciences inside of this, man. I don't know, man. I'm an innocent person, bro. I'm just here, y'all. I'm just here bringing the information to y'all, man. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Please go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts of it is, man. Let me know if you think Young Thug is a rat. Let me know if y'all think that he should never brought up like the other rappers inside of it, Migos, Lil Yachty, and all this other stuff. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, I would never did that. Cause it's like, what do they got to do with any of it? You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say because at the end of the day, bro, he just literally made like now the Migos gonna look at him throw. I don't know if he cool with them, but I'm pretty sure he cool with Lil Yachty. You know, the Lil Yachty gonna look at him throw like nigga, like you know what I'm saying? Like he just literally messed up a lot of like good ties that he had with certain people, just bringing their name up into the situation and talking about their situation and how much they would have gotten and all this other stuff. Like that really wasn't serious though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just showing like he talking about everybody. But hey man, make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, man. Drop your comments down below. I am out.